What's going on, people? Welcome to another episode of Monday Night Smoke. Let's go.
Well, go on, everyone. How's everyone doing? Everyone feeling good?
Come on, shouts out to all the great defeaters that's pulled up in the chat as per usual.
Nah, I want to shout out because obviously you got to be they're great defeaters, yeah. But now there's a level to great defeating.
Oh, you're right,
yeah?
bro. You're so right.
You see the Patreon great defeaters?
They're different.
Shout out to you lot in it.
They're different.
Because we put the challenge out and they said, we're not missing. And they all pulled up.
100%, bro.
No, they pulled up serious.
Mad appreciated, man.
Yeah.
It's about to get lively over there. We're going to be putting the interviews over there. It's about to get very interesting.
Yes.
So I'm very excited.
I'm really excited as well. Post-fight, you know, we do when we're out all these big fights and stuff, immediate reactions, everything. So you lot
only on the Patreon. Only on the Patreon. You know what's nice though is that I've obviously we do the Monday Night Smoke and we've kind of adapted to this.
Yeah,
podding like how we used to pod.
Yeah,
I didn't realize I missed that, bro.
Brother, it was magic, bro. Because you got enough time. You're not really looking at the comment section, so you can just like really try and break down the pod. And
it's the original pod.
Talking about our records again.
Oh, bro, I completely forgot the whole lead up, bro.
It was bad still.
Man, they were reminding me, bro. They're like, bro, what happened to the intergalactic universe and all this stuff?
I
forgot about Father Time, bro.
Bro, we're really back. We're really back, man.
And listen, I'm podding through adversity today, bro. I had my wisdom teeth out on Friday. But I'm fighting through it. I'm here for the community, bro.
Javonte fought through even worse. I don't know what you're talking about.
You know what? You're 100% right. Let me just press on, bro. I don't even know why. I tried to take a knee on the
bro.
pod,
You tried to take a knee. Don't you? Can't. Nah. If Javonte can get through and fight through that situation, how dare you?
You're 100% correct.
Bring up your situation.
Let me shout out all the great defeaters, bro. We got a new champ still. Raj, what's going on? Is that 2 weeks on the bounce?
There's no way.
Shouts out to Kai, bro.
Is he done?
Kai won the thing and didn't even celebrate. He just came in and said Tank's overrated. Like he didn't even try to. There was nothing in him that said, yeah, like I want to celebrate
the win.
Nah, bro. He's like, I got the belt, but that's not important. I'm here to talk about Tank.
That's a champ that's gonna have longevity. He's gonna have a long career. Let's have it right. Because someone that goes in and wins like that,
he's got that Dubois spirit.
Wow.
Where it's just, I'm ready to fight.
Let's go now.
I'm ready to go now. Shouts out to Kai. Shouts out
the one, you know.
Man like Joseph Frimpong, Disgruntled Buddha, man like Rio, Star Fox WR45, Mr. E Francis, John 31, Guy Fawkes, Ian Daniels TV, Untraceable, Stay Blessed, Be Real, Still Monique, Martin and Leia, Donovan Williams, man like Raj finally shows up. There you go.
Raj is what count? Bro, he didn't even beat the 10 count.
Crazy, bro. It's number 17 on the call sheet.
Whoa.
Showbiz Sister.
Nasty work.
Philip Answer, Skyliner, the editor, Skyline. Alexander the Great, Level Sports, Muller, Mr. A, Malak B, Jay Webbs, Alex Ferguson, Shingles, Osborne, Daniel Boateng, Lucas A. Shingles is a crazy name.
Shingles is a mad disease, you know.
Doofus Creation, yes.
You don't want that, bro.
Acme Hayweather, Dana Man, Ashley Williams, Jermaine Williams, Aaron Ozzy B, Malak MB, Josh UR, SB. Hold on a second. When we got Raj is trying to bring me on charges. He goes, Travis, I know you're reading this. It was criminal to post this at 1 p.m. I know you're Arsenal and KG's United, but you don't have to do the lineal champ dirty like that. You're truly champ. No, bro, that's not how it works. You compete with everybody at the time that it goes on. Shouts out to Travis Thompson. Come on, gang all day.
Yeah.
You were a sweat once.
You were a sweat once. Yep.
Major K. Dot, Marco Januario. Listen, big up everybody that's in the chat right now. Sign up to the Patreon if you want to get the podcast that's dropping this Thursday. Let's go, man.
All right, let's not waste no time. Let's do it. Blame the hair gel.
I couldn't believe.
Blame the hair gel. This is the conversation that we're having right now. And I find it amazing, Trev. Because we witnessed something like this. And you know what's so crazy? It's a conversation that's splitting people.
Should we bring people up to speed about what took place?
Let's go.
The knockdown, what happened? I just got my hair done 2 days ago and she put grease in my shit. So the shit was like, you know, like when you sweating and things like that and the grease come in my face, it burnt my eyes type shit. Damn, why y'all booing like I'm saying bullshit? Like this is real facts. Come on, man. I just got my hair done 2 days ago. Swing the remix gone. I just got my hair done 2 days ago. I just got got my hair done. And she put grease in my shit. I just got my hair done 2 days ago. I just got my hair done. I just got my hair done. I just got my hair done 2 days ago. I just got my hair done. And she put grease in my shit. I just got my hair done. 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 I just got my hair done.
Sorry, brother.
Bro. But let's talk about it though. Let's talk about
my days.
So again, it was a surprise. I know it was a surprise. I'm not like,
I mean, before we get to round 9, I would say that I was kind of underwhelmed by the performance overall.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like Roach, clearly, if you like, he's an underestimated guy, and as far as the perception,
that was a surprise though. Roach was a surprise.
For people who don't know him, just, I mean, it's one of those ones where it's like, all right, cool, he's an unknown guy, so you're just gonna assume the bigger name is gonna win, but he came to win.
But not only that, let's talk about this man. Listen to how we talk about Gervonta. Face of boxing, according to some, whoever, like his core group. Face of boxing, very sellable, and power. We say all these things, so we can't. What we're not gonna do today is do this thing where we pretend as if we wasn't all talking about Gervonta in a glowing light.
Yeah.
Until this moment, right? So everyone has the expectation of at some point he closes the show and knocks this man out because this is what we're used to seeing. So now to not get that, but to get something even different, as in he struggled. Now everyone's changed their tune and talking about Shakur in a very different way to how that fight will look now.
It's just the recency bias of boxing, innit? Because last week Shakur was a boring bum and Tank was going to knock him out.
There you go.
This week it's like, oh no, technically we don't know. So it's just one of those things, you can't put too much stock into how quickly people flip and flop. But for me, I think with Tank's style in boxing, there's certain things you just expect at this point. So it's like he's going to stay on the outside, he's going to get a read, eventually he's going to work his way to setting something up, and then he's going to close it.
Yes.
Without knocking someone out, that perception of the fight looks completely different, because then it's like, whilst skill-wise, he's nothing like this guy that I'm going to mention, but you see how Deontay Wilder's fights would go. It's the same shape. Doesn't matter about how many rounds he loses.
I'm gonna win.
At some point, he's gonna
equalizer.
Yeah. So with Tank definitely does have skills, but it's one of those things where I look at it, I think to myself, what's actually going on with you? Like, is it a thing where you've checked out in your head from boxing? Because there's that as well.
He hasn't, because all the stuff
I don't
there,
know.
even in the build-up, he's doing all the annoying, when he's trying to find the range and stuff. He does these little things to cheekily to offset his opponent, but he's still pretty much locked in when it comes to fight time. But now the lead up is a bit off.
One thing I do have to say though, you see the stuff he says about the grease and the sweat mixing and getting in your eyes. I used to have braids and I used to play basketball. That is a real thing. I'm not even not trying to make no excuses for that, but that is it burns. Again, it's uncomfortable.
Talking from this perspective,
you don't really.
I don't know
completely
what you're
understand.
talking about. So, I was angry with this.
However, let's have some pushback even on that, because that don't justify what took place. You see the lady who done his hair.
Oh yeah,
she was in the comments on TikTok because obviously the Tank fans are getting at her. She came and said, "I did his hair on Wednesday. It's Saturday. He did a press. He went gym and a weigh-in. That's not an excuse. And how much grease did I use? Damn." She's fighting for her life in those comments.
Wait. Hold on. So again, as someone from, I need to talk to people from the hair community. I'm not qualified for this conversation, but I just want to know, if you put the grease and stuff in your hair Wednesday, what's the thing? Doesn't it dry? Like,
brother, that grease, that had to have been new grease, bro. That had to have been new grease. There's no way that same grease is now. It's still going to be present in your hair, innit?
Yeah.
Let's not play. It's going to be there. Your hair's going to sweat. But if you've been working out and doing all this stuff every day since, or stuff's been going on, we don't know what the potency of this grease is now.
Because they're talking about black hair products as well. There's another conversation.
That's what I'm saying.
That's a deeper darker.
That's what I'm saying.
Sort it out later.
But the thing is, they don't change the rules to me. It don't change the rules. Like, I've seen boxers take knees in fights. Yeah. Right. Floyd.
Yeah.
Punch the man. Hurt his hand. Oh, taking a knee. Take a count. Bro,
and go and win.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I thought the conversation between him and the referee was very dodgy.
Brother, it was his brethren.
The referee runs over to him and goes, "Hey, what's going on, man?" And he's like, I know, "Hey, what's going on, man?" Then he's like, my eye. He goes, man. He goes, you can't just walk out the ring like that because people gonna say it's a knockdown. I'm thinking to myself, you are not his trainer.
It is a knockdown.
Why are you giving him this grace? The count has started.
Yes, and because they called it a draw, then that means by all means, if they counted the knockdown,
he would have won.
He's won.
Roach would have won that fight. And the maddest thing is, like I hear it may well have been burning your eyes. It may well have been a thing. But you see when someone has a cut and blood gets into your eyes,
what they do?
You can't just stop and be like, yo, let me just wipe this off. This is getting...
It was so disrespectful the way he stopped. It's like being in beef and said, hey, hold on one sec.
Or being in beef and a man starts kicking you like, raw, no kicks. Remember them nonsense?
Yeah. Hey, let him up. Some people let that. Some people, you got to be in a special place where they say, let him up. But if you're
fighting location,
that's a different kind of location.
There's rules.
But you see, when like it's been stated, you can't, he turns around and then that happens.
I know. And the thing is, it's like, whilst obviously you say he wasn't hurt, he does take a shot right before the moment happens. Yeah. And it's a shot where, to be completely transparent to what I saw in the video, he looks disturbed in his eyes, wipes it, bang, takes a shot. We don't know how much that shot hurt him.
Don't matter.
He's gone back to take the knee, he's looked away, rushed to the corner, wiped my eyes. It's one of them ones where it's like, bro, if Muhammad Ali says, hey, my eyes are getting Sonny Liston round 7 or 8 or whenever it is, and he's like, hey, I can't see. 1 second, Sonny.
Yeah.
It doesn't work like that.
It don't work like this.
Even sweat, bro. I remember the first time I sparred, I felt sweat burning my eyes. I remember thinking, how am I supposed to fight like this?
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. I think it's just because he's the face, and he said they had a conversation. Roach said that in the 12th round, he said, you're not going to win this.
Yeah, he was saying that to him in the trash talk. They're not going to give it to you.
They're not going to give it to you.
That's a very interesting thing to be saying in the ring to a fighter, when the reason you don't want to go to Riyadh and fight on Turkey shows is because they're going to do me on the scorecards.
Yes.
So you're used to a level of comfortability on your side.
Exactly, because I am the person. It's like the beneficiary, like a Drake situation. When you're the beneficiary of this, and now you're saying, well, now they're trying to change the machine, and I'm not the beneficiary anymore. I don't like this. I'm taking my ball and getting home.
Absolutely.
This is what this has become. But I just think it's embarrassing, really, because he's embarrassed himself, but because he's cool enough, he's getting away with this. He will get away with this, by the way.
He's definitely he
said he's not fighting him. He said, I'm not fighting him next.
But he has been tweeting since.
What's he said?
It looks like he's gonna try and push for the fight. He goes, he tweeted something to Roach, because obviously Roach is not having any of it. He's
do you trust this man? Wait, when he says he tweeted something, he said in a press conference, it's not my next fight.
I know.
That's probably the most truthful being of us. In the last things he said after a while.
I don't put stock into anything. Yeah, I'm just telling you what he said.
Let's see what he says.
He goes, your bitch ass is just happy you didn't get knocked out. Your dad was jumping up and down in the corner when you made it to the 12th round. F out of here and say no more. I'm pushing for the rematch. It's one of the ones where
he's chatting shit.
Yeah,
he's chatting shit.
They're not throwing it back in.
They're not going back there. Why? Because again, it's he knows what that was. And they sparred. They spend a lot of time together.
Who's that? Him and Roach?
Yeah. Do they know each other? Like, sure. What's their? I'm not sure. Apparently, they know each other.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So they're not going to see each other.
They're not going to see each other again. But it's a frustrating state of boxing. But if you look at it on a promoter level, PBC are not going to try and roll the dice with Tank. They're losing pieces, bro. Errol Spence, Wilder, like it's looking very thin over there. If you think they're going to rush to have him in a super competitive fight,
then what fight is he going to do?
Brother, listen, he don't want to fight on Turkey shows, and there's a comfortability he's used to over there, and it's weird because now we're starting to see a thing where, and I hate to say it, but when PBC fighters step outside of that arena,
it gets nuts.
It looks janky, bro.
We need to talk about it though. It's something that needs to be addressed because this can't continue. We keep seeing this. Like Wilder was the one. Wilder was these fighters that are not tested and we're going by these bloated records. And you understand the reason why they're bloated records, because whenever you test yourself, how good are you? And unfortunately, because in boxing we are, what have you done for me lately? We can get, and I'm not blaming the boxing fans because we do it as well. We're boxing fans, by the way. But I'm saying that we get into this thing where I did it with Hamza. Just recently, I was thinking, well, look at him, he looks great, and this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
Saw what he couldn't deal with, and I was like, he went up a level. and got exposed. Are you with me? So now it's like, well, we can't until we see these fighters in the ring with live opponents. I don't want to hear anything. We said the same. We've been talking, me and you been waxing lyrical about Craig and Yard for the longest time. Callum. Why is he doing that? He's doing that. That's what he does. You know what I mean? Until they go against someone that can match them for eliteness, and they got as strong as chin. Lennox was the first one to point out to us, you know, when he tried to tell us about Deontay early, he goes, who's he for? Oh, man. And he said that and looked direct at us.
Straight.
He goes, he said he's the most dangerous puncher in the most dangerous puncher.
Who's he beating?
Who's he beating?
Silence.
What chin?
Silence.
And we just looked back at him.
I remember saying to him, I remember saying to him, I goes, how would you beat him? He goes, I would destroy him in the stomach. You looking at it, you think, yeah, you would have cooked this brother still. Now, knowing what we know now, he wouldn't have lasted.
So we need to stop doing bloated records.
Well, the fact is, well, let's look at what like Riyadh has put a lot of man under the light.
Oh man,
he's put a lot of man under the light. Obviously, the Adamez and Shiraz thing is one of the ones where the mark is against the thing.
Yeah,
but it's put a lot of men under the light. They're in there now for real.
Yeah,
you ain't got the opportunity to just go, oh, light touch. It's like, nah, bro, real touch.
Yeah.
Real touch. If you want to progress, it's this way. That's the way. You want to go anywhere else?
Yeah.
Do that somewhere else.
Somewhere else. Not here, not in this market. And that's changed the game, because even now, Ben Witt, I'm really excited, and I like
that Cameron rematch.
I like that. You know what? I'm so excited about this fight. But then the back and forth that they're having, it's exciting. But then Cameron asked questions of Ben. Yeah. And I don't think without Riyadh, well, that might not have
got that question.
We would have just continued flowing.
Yeah.
Perfect.
The good thing about fights like these here, you look at, say, Floyd's career when it's like Castillo, the first one, that people always go back to, yeah, he might have lost that one. Floyd goes back in the rematch, removes all doubt. Maidana, the first one, goes back in there, removes all doubt. Those are the moments that separate man who are serious and on their way up. If man, because sometimes you meet a guy and it lets the world know that this is your level.
Yeah.
But when you go back and say, okay, cool, had a little bit of a weird night, but now I'm going to show you I am above this guy.
Don't get twisted. There's another man, because I'm not going to leave people out. The Romford Bull, Dave Allen.
Wait, what?
The Romford Bull. Remember, he fought Dave Allen and he got, like, not saying he got exposed.
Oh, he definitely lost that fight.
Well, no, something happened, didn't it?
He that night. I hear what you're saying, but I just didn't. You know what? See, that night was a funny one, because we were having the conversation that Moses Otomo gets all the credit about having the potential and
yeah,
but people leave out Romford Bull. That night he showed us why we don't talk about
it. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. But then,
so for me, I wasn't like, oh, this is crazy. I'm like, no, Dave Allen is manhandling you.
He got to him,
and he will again. When they fight again, mark my word, he wins again.
But this is the difference. Don't think I haven't noticed. We're not talking about it. Don't think I haven't noticed.
Yeah, but them men are not. They're not.
Still need to run it back, because Dave Allen.
Yeah,
Dave Allen deserves something. There's no justice that night.
But there's an absolute difference in name class. Like, let's be real. We're talking about Tank Davis here, bro.
Yeah.
Who brings up Romford Bull?
No, I'm talking about people getting. No, I'm talking about Riyadh and how you're talking about exposure, in Riyadh. That's where the trailer thought went. It's like people go to Riyadh and funny things happen, but the one good thing about Riyadh is they make them fight again.
They'll be running it back.
They'll say, "Well, we're gonna see you two mix it up because we need the answer to this."
Yeah. Facts.
Whereas in the situation that Gervonta finds himself in, there's no one forcing him to say, "Hey, you want to be out here again? Run it back." And that's for me. That's a bit of a problem.
I just would like to know where his head is at, because we've seen a lot of weird talk up in the lead up to the fight. Then it looks a bit weird on fight night, and it's one of the ones you go, "Have you checked out?" Like, it's possible
to check out talk.
I hear you, but anybody mentioning retiring at this age, I'm like, because Jared Anderson is under the light for how his performance goes. He went in there with Bacoli after making those statements about, I'm only 23, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
but he had a hearty performance against Bacoli that makes you say, okay, cool, maybe he's just maturing, he's going to be okay. But Tank is talking about retiring, and then he looks a bit weird. Then we like, okay, if the next one don't look like old Tank, then we might have to accept that we've seen that might be you on the way out. Who knows, man?
Let's leave it. Listen, we're gonna go into some stuff heavy in the pod. I'm glad it's back, so we can actually. This is you lot show, and we expect you lot to get. Hey, this is what I was saying today. There is 296 people watching the show right now. We do want to hear from some new callers as well. Even if you're unsure, but you just have a feeling about the fight, please call in. Want to hear from you guys. Like, be brave. call in. We'll try to guide you through it. Again, we'll try to give you the Campbell Hatton, the Campbell Hatton rollout.
Definitely.
You see what I'm saying? Like Coleman, you know what I'm saying?
Coleman
on your debuts.
Coleman and then basis headlining. It's a big show. It's a big show.
Yeah. But we just want to encourage people to call in. Want to hear some new voices as well. Don't mind the old voices, but want to hear some new ones. Let's keep it moving though. We want to hear what this stuff is. There was another presser.
The antics of last week were just absolutely phenomenal. Bro.
Brilliant. And the second presser.
If you ain't seen the pod that we did on this, ex-Benedict on our Patreon, please
go and find it out.
Don't shortchange yourself. Sign up to the Patreon and watch the episode.
But let's really talk about the second presser. Because he pulls up this time, he's got the big collars on.
He's unarmed. They patted him down and they made sure that there were eggs were not on him.
But I recognize the jacket. When I saw that jacket, I said, he's not here for that kind of nonsense. He's here to do something different. This guy is a star, you know.
He's hilarious.
He's a star, man.
He relishes in the moment, bro.
He's a star.
When I saw that brother walking out, of the thing, throwing an egg up and down, I'm looking, I think to myself, you know how many eggs I've broken randomly? I eat eggs. Yeah. I eat eggs every day.
Yeah.
I love broken bare eggs just on a taken out of, and I'm like, you just throwing it up and down.
He's casually.
He's not breaking them, bro.
Not breaking them when they're in the pocket as well.
Nasty work, bro.
Yeah, but now you're talking about it's the presser, and there's something between. I don't know if Eddie just feels uneasy when he has to deal with this man as a speaker. Eubank is
he gets him out
Eddieing Eddie.
Do you know what it is? It's the history. It's you're dealing with someone that knows the real history
of the business,
the foundational stuff. So whilst they're modern faces, this story runs, it's generational. So Eubank's sitting there like, if you really go for me, I've got so much to talk about. Eddie Hearn is almost like KG on the jab, because it's like, I'm not trying to get into all of that with you on the main, especially someone who's shown that you are ready to go into the mud to fight.
Yeah.
It's like when he's there chatting to him and he's like, you're not going to talk. No, come on, Eddie.
Yes.
Come on, Eddie. And Eddie knows, I've got to. So straight away, so how does he feel? How are we going to smash this guy? I'm like, bro, you're pissed off.
He even told him about the negotiation with Turkey.
I know, bro.
He said, listen, you keep talking about my finances and stuff and saying we didn't do the deal right. Turkey spoke to me. I said an obscene number. A number that I didn't expect him to say yes to.
Brother.
And he responded. And then I thought I could have got more.
He's gone over his head in so many ways in the conversation. And it's just that thing where it's like, he's letting him know, you're not the guy in this equation. You're his guy. And then it's like, why am I
and I have a direct link. I'm talking to the Connect, bro.
You're talking too long, Eddie.
Eddie.
It's mad, but then you know how much the Eubank like senior feels so aggrieved by Matchroom.
Yes.
The history has been ingrained. I remember talking to Seb Eubank, rest in peace.
Yes.
And he was telling me some stuff. And it was just like, I'm like, okay, so this thing it's a beef.
Yeah.
To say,
so you're not gonna talk on my show.
No chance.
And he's sitting there, it's like, I don't even want you sitting there. When I saw the collars and I knew he was there to do serious business.
And the baddest thing is, I love the audacity, bro. Because you know some people go through life, and who they are in the shower never comes out.
Hey, yo, who they are in the shower.
And what I mean by that is, when you're running over an argument in your head, it's usually in the shower where it hits you the right thing to say.
Hey, again.
Stop this, man. Be serious, bro. Be serious, man.
So now you got.
What I'm saying is, there's a lot of people that have a lot of things in their head that they never get to say in the moment. This guy's composure, bro. He's there, in there, just like, yep, you live by the egg, you die by the egg. And the thing is, Conor Ben, for all the feelings he has, he can't spar with him on the wordplay.
No, he can't.
He can't, bro.
Conor is on a serious note. Conor is raging. Do you know what? He was actually okay.
Bits.
No, he was okay.
He's bro. The anger that he has, even when he was at on the top table, when he was just there, he's like, I'm sick of this. To be honest, I'm actually. I don't even want to talk anymore. He makes me sick. You can tell he just probably was.
And do you know what? Do you know what he said? Do you know in that moment? Do you know what Eubank said? So cool. Oh, job done then. He said, job done. I've done.
Bro.
I got you.
Mhm.
I've done to you what I wanted you off kill.
I've riled your spirit.
Yes, but then what got him the most, was the bar about his dad. Because he goes, Nigel, he said he talk about respect.
You put your hands on me.
Put me
again.
hands. Oh.
He goes, obviously I gave you a pass because of what happened. But if you put your hands on me again, you're not gonna get that back. And the better thing is Nigel was like, you could tell Nigel was just like
Christian, but he's still the Dark Destroyer.
He's a Christian, but he's still got the roadman in him.
Still Dark
so
Destroyer.
he's just like, yep, no, I totally understand. Look, Chris, and he's just gonna apologize.
Yeah.
But the funny thing about Nigel is that he's gonna apologize and he's gonna do it again. No, he's gonna do it again. Yeah, if the kicks off around him, he's gonna do it again. There's some men that they won't change, but in their spirit, they're like, no, this is wrong, but I'm doing it. And after I'm gonna say sorry.
Just add the Christian Dark Destroyer because he's still the Dark Destroyer Christian. Whatever you want, he's still him. That man is still there because
Connor.
The way he does go past, you have to watch that video again.
It's so
and how
subtle.
security just miss him.
He looks. It's the look of just like glance at Connor. Yep, he's all right. All right, cool. 1 second, lads. 1 second. Let me just get round quietly. Bam on the neck. And I'm looking. I'm thinking, yeah, nah. You lot ain't messing with that energy there. You know,
security. Like I had the SIA badge. Yeah. When you do training, bro, you need to understand where the threats are.
Yeah.
How they missed one of the key threats.
Around the outside.
He
bro.
just said, oh, no, that's not for me.
Mm-hmm.
Come here, bro.
Trust me.
And nothing about his body language at the beginning.
Nothing alarm. Nothing said alarm.
Hey.
He's like, what? Okay. You think you're gonna do it to my boy, do you? I'm like, bro, them man there, yeah, they're just built different, bro. And then the apology again. It's funny because you apologize and Eubank's just sitting there like, yeah, no, I hear what you're saying. I'm gonna mash you up if you do that to me again, though. Conor Ben can't process those type of things going on around him.
Yeah.
He just goes mad. What made me laugh is the outside face to face where they're on the grass. And Eubank is standing in like locked and loaded stance where it's like, brother, one flinch. Because obviously you're gonna try and get some get back. One flinch, I'm gonna punch you in your face, bro. And Connor's just there. And it's a weird energy because Connor's in the suit and that, yeah. The security is holding them back. And Connor's almost kind of resigned to the thing of, yeah, nah, it's not gonna go off now.
Yeah.
It's okay. Do you know what I'm saying? He's like, yeah, stand back like I'm game. Put your foot back like I'm game. Yeah? You're shot to bits. You're old. You're old. And Eubank's just like, we'll see. We'll see. You know the ones that the job is done. I've pissed you off so much.
Connor can't lose this fight, you know.
Connor,
I don't think there's level of therapy that he can go for. Connor cannot lose this fight. The egg plus the threat to my dad, and then a loss. Stop this. See, Connor's gonna fight the best he's ever fought in his. There's no therapy that's gonna help him. He's gonna be. You see how me as a Man United fan, yeah. I need therapy, bro.
You do still.
I'm telling you right now,
tweets, I just feel so sorry for you, fam.
Bro. It's mad. But you have to understand on the mains, bro. Just too much emotion. Well, see how angry he is when he says, I can't even talk to him. He's shot to bit. Like, see where he is now, yeah? If he loses and then all he's going to see is the wicked jacket and shadow boxing and just looking at him, he's not going to be humble about it. Chris Eubank is going to make this loss hurt if he's the winner, because he could be on the ropes staring. Just, you see the hairline as well.
Could you imagine Eubank Jr. knocks him out, yeah? And just turns to the camera whilst Ben is on the floor in the background, just stares. Solemn, proper throwback to a Eubank Senior one. It'd be like, it'd be horrible how that plays out, bro. I'm looking at this here and I'm just like, I hear a lot of people say, and I've said this as well, he needs Eubank Senior in his corner.
He doesn't.
I don't think he does anymore.
He'll get in the way.
I did think so before because the theatrics and the fact that Nigel put his hand on him.
Yeah.
But I'm watching, I'm thinking to myself, if I'm Senior and I'm watching, I'm thinking, you're actually handling this.
I'm so proud of you, son.
Because you're riling him up in the background at the older one.
Yes.
And the younger one is so mad he can't contain himself. Everybody is in disarray.
And his promoters in disarray.
And he's sitting there calm as hell in his interviews talking about live by the egg. Die by the egg. Watch. And I'm like, oh, this guy.
Anyway,
and then, you know what was mad as well? That the Conor Ben interview, it's like it's supposed to be the face off, but it did it solo.
Yeah.
I was looking at that, I was thinking to myself, you guys didn't need to have the other chair there. The other chair is crazy because he's saying things and addressing it to the chair. And I'm like, Ade, come on, man. Someone could have had a chat and said, yo, let's just call this an interview. A face off with the chair. We need everyone needs a shakedown when it comes to these ideas, you know. Even if they had the superimposed like hologram thing where we don't know that them man are not in the same room. But they are. Yeah. Do that. Because that was crazy
wild.
to me.
It's wild. Let's keep it moving though. Let me read this. Alexander says, to be fair to Connor, if someone threatened my father in front of me, I'd see red. I'd go full Chisora, bro. I hear it, but this is the same guy that slapped you with an egg. You know he's gonna hit. All bets are off. You can't trust him to follow the protocols of war, bro.
No one's following these protocols.
He's not. No, now it's done.
Can you imagine Ade having to separate that beef after he kicked off over the chairs?
What's he doing? All right, cool. Let's keep it moving though. There you go.
Craig.
Our boy Craig.
Craig's back to winning ways.
Craig, what's going on, bro?
What's going on, fam?
Talk to us, man. Hey, congratulations. It's great to have you back. We're gonna get straight to it, man. Your team, it looked different.
Yes. We had to make the necessary changes, man.
Yeah, bro, you're back to Tony.
Yeah, back with Tony, man. Back in the matchroom gym. Obviously, I realized certain things wasn't working for me. And obviously, I'm never one to blame a trainer and all that. But sometimes that blueprint ain't working for you. And I need that hard work, the conditioning, and that matchroom training and the guidance of an experienced coach who's been there at that level. And as soon as I came back after a week, I just felt myself again. Like I started reading the game easy again. Like everything just came back to me. And I said, yeah, I'm back home. Let's get it.
Yeah, you look like you again still.
That's important. And we had that conversation before, and you were saying, look, man, I want to bring that. I want to be a bit more vicious again. I need to really put my foot down in these fights. Have you decided like how the end of the year looks? Because obviously Riyadh, you went out there before and it didn't go your way in the 5v5.
Yeah.
Is that something that you're still trying to get?
Yeah, do you know what the worst thing for me was? It wasn't even that I just didn't go my way. The fact is, you're just underperforming, you're not yourself. The worst thing that you're making a cat of yourself was not you. And for me, I had to sit on that and it was disappointing. So it was like, I just wanted to get back, rectify that ASAP, and then just push on and just start showing people what I'm really about. And that was an off night. I know bare people probably thinking, hold
on. They're saying in the chat, bro. I'm reading something in the chat. Daniel J. Boateng says, Craig, is it true Shane is training Hutchison? Eye emoji.
I heard he is. Well, that's
mad.
Yeah. I heard.
Hold on.
Hey, that's a bit. Any mashup now at the moment.
Yeah. Unfortunately, just what I'm saying, to be fair, like, when I was there and it wasn't working out, they asked me if it was cool if you come to the gym. And I said, what are you talking about? They said, we know you two's situation. I said, obviously, look.
Situation?
Obviously, you know he said certain racist things. How could you even... I said, how could my team even be entertaining that? They're like, yeah, no, we'll fob him off eventually. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. And I heard he was sneaking around the gym when I wasn't in and that. And I addressed the conversation with them.
Speaking in like
and I thought, you know what? Yeah,
crazy,
I said, this is all getting weird now. So for me, I just said to myself, no, I can't be in here. So I just rung them. I just said, look, I can't be in here no more. To be honest,
because let's get it right. That trainer relationship is an important one, right? So your beef is their beef. Like,
it's 100%. That's how I roll.
Watsy was going into beef against Hutchinson, and you lot fought.
Yeah,
and he was like, wait a minute.
He was there getting a get back for me for things he said to me, and he's technically a competitor in a way. So how could my trainer then be pally with the guy? And there was bare funny things before anyway, without getting into too much, where I didn't really trust the relationship with the things he was telling me in that camp, knowing he was cool with Hutchinson anyway. So I started feeling like, was I getting lined? But when that happened, I was like, yeah, I need to get out of here. But to be fair, like,
good call, bro.
Good call. Well done, bro. Put your career first.
That's mad.
Yeah. And I felt like it wasn't working, but I didn't want to be that guy that as soon as I clocked it didn't work, not give the trainer a chance to try and rectify it. But I knew that this blueprint weren't working for me. But I told him, I said, look, we're going to have to find a way around to work this for me. But when that happened, I'm very big on integrity and loyalty. So when that happened, I was like, listen, I don't have to give anyone a chance to make anything right. I got to do what's best for me because you're not riding with me. So let me just cut. And then obviously, unfortunately for him, I cut a couple of days later. I heard my man got injured. So then it just ended up
See,
not
life.
like,
Look
you
at
know.
life.
Life is
You
mad.
see, life when life gets mad, like when crazy things happen,
He gets mad.
yeah, you can't sneak in the side thing.
on the mains.
You know, like my dad always said, one bird in the hand's better than two in the bush. Like he's
Brother.
gone for the two in the bush and end up with nothing. So it's just silly.
Nah. I just can't imagine the idea of him phoning saying, "Rise, Craig, there. Can I come now?"
But I'm dead.
We can do some pads quietly. Some quiet pads.
What does quiet pets look like, though?
I'm gonna throw my phone right now.
He just left. He just left.
No, wait. Stop. He stopped on the break. Man in the dark with the lockup.
But let's move it on, though. Obviously, good fight. You did what you did in there, and you know you was there to really say it's about the rebuild. It's about really trying to back with Sims as well.
I like the fact that Ryder was in your corner as well. How did that come about? Was he like a part of the camp, or was it just like a friendship?
John played a good part in the camp. You know, like John at the gym now. He's called it as a fighter, as everyone knows. He announced his retirement, but he's now Tony Sims' assistant coach in the gym now. So it's good because, like, for me, I've done so many camps with John over the years as a stablemate, and obviously as a friend and a stablemate over years and years. But remember, like, when I was coming through, like, I used to help John for a lot of his big fights. So we was like main sparring partners in the gym. So you're now getting it from a different perspective of someone who's been in there with you. They know what you do well and what you don't do so well. So he can give you that bit of advice as his knowledge of boxing, but as someone who shared the ring with you loads of times, he knows your assets as well. And then obviously Tony overseeing it as a head coach and being experienced and obviously being the main man in charge. The collab is mad. So like Connor, like he had to go away for a week, Tony, obviously to help Connor as well abroad, and he had some stuff. And John rid the bird for him for the week, and it was just that normality because I've always trained with John in it, so it was normal. And then we come back, Tony come back, finished off the camp. Yeah, he finished off the camp, and then me and John went a couple of days before him to Ireland, and Tony coming back, met us, back the click, boom, got everything patterned, and it was just like, see, this is the difference. When I'm now on fight week, I feel like my team's there riding with me, like I'm back, like when you feel your team strong, everyone's got your back, you're like, let's go to war now.
You seem happier, bro. You seem a lot more upbeat about boxing again, bro.
Bro, I got my spark back, what's mad? Because I didn't even clock that I must have been in the mud, boy, because everyone I see it now, they're like, raw, you seen yourself again. I ain't seen this guy for time. I'm like, raw, was I in the mud or something? I'm like, no one told me, bro. But yeah, like, I'm excited for this year.
What does this year look like for you? What do you want to do? What's the kind of things that you say, I want to achieve this? Let's say it's Christmas right now.
What's the fight?
What's happened?
You know what? Before you get
my aim is...
Who you targeting next, bro? Who you targeting next?
Look, all I know is my end result is I want to win the world title. I know that much, yeah? So what I got to do to get there, I don't mind. Whoever they tell me, right, this is your next guy. Like, there's a couple guys they've mentioned, as we know, before last come on the show, and they went a different route and saying, yeah or no. I was like, cool. As soon as this guy came and they said, look, we've got this guy over in his backyard. Is that something you're interested in? That fight will propel you that towards that world title. Within an hour, I agreed the fight. Within 2 hours, signed the contract. Done. That's my next guy. Cool. So they said to me, look, you beat this guy. You're right in the mix. There's big fights you straight off of the back of this. And I didn't go and say to them, who's the big fights? What's the big fights? Because if March 1st didn't go well, that's irrelevant. So for me, I just locked into March the 1st. I said, look, that all sounds good, but I just need to just have one target right now, making sure I get March the 1st done. It's done now. Obviously, I just got back like last night, so I ain't had time to catch up with the team yet, but I'll take a couple of days to unwind because obviously there's a lot of pressure to make sure I got that delivery done. So I unwind my body and mind for a couple of days, speak to the team, and whoever they say is next is next.
Okay, wicked. So, another move that I like though, the hat. The hat was disrespectful. It was very disrespectful, fam. It was very.
You know what's mad? I was thinking, I might be embracing the culture a little bit, and then Eddie goes to me after, he's like, that hat was for Dublin, isn't it? Not Belfast. I said,
for flip's sake. That's hilarious.
He said, you wore all the wrong parts of the island stuff in their city. I said, but you know what's mad though? When I came out, all the little kids and everyone They embraced me for pictures, asking me to sign the hat, and they all wanted the hat and that. I said, listen, you can have the hat tomorrow as long as I hear you lot cheering me on. Give me at least 1% out of 100.
I hear it still.
Lastly, though, before you go, man, I know you're saying it's the road to a title and stuff. Is there certain fights that entertain you? Like, would you want to see? Would you want Boatsy if Boatsy goes down to Callum? Like, remember that he's the Callum rematch potential. Sorry, no, that rematch not happening. Yard might fight Callum. We don't know what's going to happen with Boatsy. Is that something that you entertain again?
Look, obviously, everyone always wants to get back the loss they if they don't get the nod, they want to get that back. So obviously, I'd entertain any of these sort of fights. To be fair, any big fights, any guys respected up there, I think is world class, world elite, and you can beat them to warrant yourself for a world title with something I'd entertain, of course.
That's all right. That's all right. Listen, congratulations, bro. Great to have you back in the mix.
For real.
I will speak to you soon, though, man.
Yeah,
Big
you man, stop
yourself,
making
bro.
me laugh. I want to talk about some clips, but you lot keep making me die. But I'm gonna talk to you lot another time. Catch you lot another.
Big up, man. Save less.
Come on, bro.
Hey, Craig, man. That's my guy, bro.
I know, bro.
That's my guy. Listen, I don't even care. Like certain times, where when it's time for brethren bias, it's all there. It's all there. That's my friend, man. So shout out Craig. Great to see you back, man. And I want him to be ruthless.
Yeah, that's
what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the ruthless era of. I don't want to say he's tentative or he's thinking about stuff. Yeah, get to work, bro. But yeah, welcome.
Come on. All right, let's open the lines.
Yeah, man. Let's go. We had that disqualification, but people can talk about that just when they come on the show themselves. Yeah, remember my man punching after the bell and that. Like, what the hell was that?
Was crazy.
What is that, bro?
After all the
man, like Donovan, bro.
Brother. After all the headbutts and all that madness, bro.
How you gonna try and knock him out after the bell, though? What is that?
And it's a good a second and a half after the bell as well. It's quite. It was diabolical, bro.
Nasty work. Hopefully the echo's gone. I think it might have been a Craig situation.
Is the echoing still there, guys?
Is the echo gone or is this?
Let us know it's sounding good again.
Wicked. You lot hit the link. Says people are asking how to get involved. There's a link in the chat. If you see the live chat, there's a link there. Hit the link. You're a part of the show. Hit the link. It'll take you through to StreamYard. You'll see everything that you need to see. But yeah, let's go. Oi, oi!
Come on.
Well done.
TV.
Yeah. Come on.
Talk to us.
Big up.
Wait, we have to, where we're starting. We have to talk about this Gervonta thing, man.
Yeah. It's funny because it was when I see Amanda Serrano tweet about that's why she had to pull out of her fight one time last year because she said that the hair grease was burning her eye on the fight week. So it is a thing, but as a professional, you got to learn to deal with things.
Wait, hold on. 1 second, bro. 1 second. Big man, do you feel qualified for this hair thing right now? Right.
Speaking of
hair, I'm not saying I'm not talking about me. I used to have a little
what did you have, bro?
Tell us what was going on with you, bro. What was he giving the streets, bro?
This is a nasty frame as well.
Yeah, the nasty frame. The nasty frame.
But, bro. Wait.
Yeah. But what's it? Steve Willis, he should have given account, in my opinion. He let Gervonta Davis control him and tell him stop counting, and he just stopped because he wants extra gigs after this. So he's probably panicking, thinking, I don't want to mess it up. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, that was annoying.
But then what do we say about, because are you part of the Gervonta hype train?
No, not at all.
What's your thoughts on him
I'm the dream team. As a fighter, no, he's good. He's got power, knockout power. He brings the excitement, but he has avoided a lot of the big names. He's even gone on, what was that thing? $1 million worth of game for free. Talking about he's never really asked for the fights. He seems quite protected by the money team and even himself. He's not getting there. He seems to handpick a lot of opponents. And with the Riyadh thing, he's making every excuse as to why he can't, sign up and join to fight these other guys. But it seems like the walls are closing in on him. Hence, he's looking for the fire exit door to retire now.
Yeah, and I think that's disgusting.
It's real.
I think that's really bad that he's managing his career like this. I feel like he has to stand up and do something soon. You know, what? Where do we go next? Where do we go next?
Craig, he was
Craig,
at the fight,
man.
Let's go.
Yeah.
What do you want to see?
Well,
Craig
yeah,
do?
I was in the corner. I don't know if you guys saw me, but yeah,
That's
no, I
you,
was
bro.
yeah. So yeah, no, great performance. I was even saying to Craig, because I saw him just on here, so big use lot up for getting that exclusive. So, but yeah, I even said to Craig that last time out when we was in Riyadh, you know, a lot of the time I was sticking with him 24/7, like glue, because it felt like he was on suicide watch, because he just wasn't sure. He definitely didn't trust the environment he was in. There was a lot
And
of
now we're hearing
funny
the
things.
environment was looking a bit janky now.
Yeah,
like
for
hearing
real.
how it's
no, it
played
was.
out.
No, it was janky. I could sense it. It was janky. So, but this time, you know, I could leave him, you know, let him relax and stuff like that. And I leave, you know, much more himself, very confident, not second guessing or second questioning anything. And it showed in the performance. You saw he was on the front foot, aggressive, and yeah, that body shot was a sickener. I told him when this fight got signed, like 7 or 8 weeks ago. I said, yeah, you're going to deal with this guy with a body shot, just like the last time he was in Belfast. He knocked the guy out with a body shot, left hook to the body, and I said, you're going to do it again, and that's exactly what he did. Because the last time he was in Belfast, he knocked the guy out in the third round of a body shot, and then that was at that night at the bar. That's when Eddie Hearn came up to him famously and asked him, next week, can you fight Frank Buglioni and step up a weight division for the British title, because Callum Johnson just pulled out of the fight. So yeah, man, he has good history in that city.
What do you want to see? Who would you like to see him fight next? Just from your
Who I'd
perspective.
Well, I think that the IBF, yeah, I think the IBF might be becoming vacant, because I know that Michael Efart is mandatory and it's like really pressing. So I don't think Bivol will be able to fulfill that requirement, because he's going to go into the trilogy. So he will get a vacant shot. So I'd like to see Craig fight Michael Efart for the vacant IBF title. So if Eddie Hearn can pull that off, you know what I mean? That would be very. I'd like that a lot.
Is he in line for a title?
I think Callum wouldn't Callum be first dibs on a title shot outside of the.
No, but for Callum, his thing with Boazzi was a WBO interim. That's not IBF. And Benavidez is WBC and WBA. So yeah, Craig can slide straight into that IBF.
Craig, imagine that. If Craig's got a title, that changes the whole.
If anybody else gets a title, it changes the landscape.
The landscape is different.
Yeah, because I know Conor Wallace might get it with Michael Efart, but you know, Eddie and Frank, they can pull them strings for, you know, DAZN, because now Frank's over there. He's going to want some extra content on the channel as well, get them subscribers in. So yeah, Eddie and Frank, put your heads together and get Michael Efart versus Craig Richards over in Britain, or even if, you know, we've got to go Germany, we can do that as well. You know, have a great night out in Dusseldorf. I know you like that, KG.
Hey, you know, I'll be pulling up. That one there, I have to pull up still. Just it's undefeated there. Yeah, I mean, you have to be there. You have to go there. All right. Moving on though, man. Wait, hold on. Should we talk about? Go on. Your Eggate. Just how Conor's managing himself and how Eubank's managing himself.
Eubank, he seemed to control the environment very well. Instigating. He knows how to wind up Conor. Conor's a very fiery guy. But the thing is, with Conor though, the good thing is that he has a solid team around him. He has a Tony there who's telling him to calm down. His dad, obviously, who's as a born again Christian. So he's got people around him to calm him down. Where with Eubank's team, he's a good solo artist, but his team don't seem very tight knitted. You see, Jonathan Banks don't really want to talk. He seems bored there. Ben Shalom, obviously, he's getting money, so he's interested. That's why he was the only one really talking up with Eubank, because he's invested. Roddy Davis, he didn't even remember the lines at the second press conference to say, Ronnie don't Davis mention about the weight. Yeah.
Ronnie, you know when you see those, you know who Ronnie Davis is. You know you see those films.
He didn't mention
someone's got like a powerful son, and it's like, oh, I'm just gonna let him on the loose. And it's just like, go with him, watch him, keep an eye on him. That's Ronnie Davis's job, just to pay attention to what he gets up to. He can't stop it or interfere.
Zazie.
He's just
He's saying Zazie from Lion King.
Yeah.
Yeah, so,
like, come on,
so
Ronnie,
that team, it doesn't seem very
skills, Ronnie.
And then Ronnie done the speech about the skills as well, which was so funny. As
no, he did the size, and then he goes, "No, Ronnie, I told you already. Remember, don't do that." Like so,
Hilarious.
and then he's like, "Oh yeah, he's got great skill. He's too fast, too good, too slick." Yeah, and I was thinking,
and too big, and it's just like, oh, bro, he's done it again.
Yeah, I was like, come on.
But
yeah,
so
you need to have
who do you think's
you need a
got
conference call.
the edge then? Who do you think's got the edge? Would you say that you feel Connor's got the edge because of his teams, like what he's going, the environment that he's cooking in?
Yeah, well, Eubank has the edge in the mind games, and obviously being a wordsmith, which he would have learned from his dad. But I think Connor has the better team around him, and so as they say, strength in numbers. So you know, if you have 10 ants, it can take down the beetle.
But then there's only one ant that can get in the ring though. And again, it was saying, well, who's the strongest? Because what we have seen is Connor's had Eubanks had tests that Connor's never had. He's never sat those exams, bro.
Yeah, that's true. But you know, Conor Ben, from what I have seen, you know, I know sparring, but he is very explosive. His feet come in and out very fast. Eubank, if in this fight, if Eubank fights like the old Eubank, you know, when he's on that pad machine with like the 10 pads and he's going ham.
Yeah.
That Eubank, I think, could get the job done. But if he's trying to do this boxing thing, pulling out of his chin up, trying to do this Roy Jones thing and dance around, then he's going to get caught. And he's going to get caught quite viciously, because that's the last thing you want to do with Conor Ben is pull out and be caught on the end of the shots as he's exploded in that. You saw how fast he moved up on Ben Shalom on the pitch.
It will add up. It will add up. The shots will add up. That's always been my critique on the thing. Because I'm like, boxing wise, people act like Eubank is just going to be miles ahead. He's not miles ahead of him as a boxer. If the size advantages don't play their part, Ben could just keep getting to him over and over again.
Yeah, and he closes the distance very quick. Look how quick he closed how he ran up on Ben on the pitch. That was very fast movement.
Oh no, you're taking liberties.
You're talking about Ben Shalom. Ben Shalom.
Yeah, no, but look how. No, but that was. Come on, you can't tell me that weren't rapid.
I hear what you're saying. In shoes on grass as well.
Stop this.
In shoes on grass.
Yeah, hard sole shoes. You know, remember. At the end of the day, Conor Ben is Bayesian, so you know that Caribbean blood is we're fast.
I said, yeah. I hate you. You know what?
Yeah, but Eubank's Jamaican, bro. I don't understand where you're going with that.
So now you didn't
yeah,
like
but
it.
I
just needed to
a Caribbean war,
because you talk about speed and you said Bayesian. I'm like, yeah, okay, cool, but Jamaica runs speed, bro. So what point is this?
But Eubank is not trying to really. He's trying to do. I don't know. He's not trying to do the speed thing no more. He's trying to do something else. Unfortunately, because when he was using that Jamaican speed, we saw he was vicious.
Okay,
all right, let's look at it another way. Does Conor Ben take Eubank's best shot?
Best shot.
I don't know,
because I don't know, because I haven't seen Conor Ben hit flush clean in quite some in years, to be fair. Because he's been getting rid of those. He's been getting rid of Algeria and what's the other one? The other guy. He's getting rid of him quite quickly. Even Van Herden. He's got rid of them guys.
Can he Devin Haney himself though? Can he be too invested? Look, he's been embarrassed, bro. Can he get to a stage where my son's gonna kill him? You know how Bill was talking. Can they be so invested? Because remember, Eubank is playing with them. He's been playing this whole time, and he's wound up angry. This might not be the best situation going in a fight, because he can't. Is he going to be able to stay calm and relax and compose while he's saying, "I'm not bothered, I'm relaxed"? He's not relaxed.
I think he will, because he's got a very experienced trainer in Tony Sims, who's very, very calm. He's a very calm person, very calm in a cool, and that's what you need. You need someone with a cool head who can calm you down. Obviously, if he had Nigel in the corner, it'd be just two cannons going off. But he's got Tony Sims there, he's got John Ryder, and as you know, John Ryder's quite a well, he's a cool, calm, and collected guy as well. So I think he's got the right corner team with him.
Cool.
Whereas, Jonathan Banks and Ronnie Davis, how well does that collab work? Do you think that's a good synergy?
Yeah, that's gonna be.
He's gonna do what he wants.
there.
Yeah, I'm not looking at things to lose this
I'd
corner.
tell you the moment that's gonna set things off and could potentially set things off is after the round. Let's say Eubank lands the last shot and turns to Connor and just says something mad. It's like, it's a bad day for you, kiddo. I know Connor's responding to that. He's responding to that in the middle of the ring.
He won't be listening in this corner. He won't be, because he's going to talk to him throughout that fight.
As he should.
He's going to talk to him throughout the fight.
Mm-hmm.
What are we talking about? Anyway, listen, Danny, Fight Fan TV, you don't know what to do. Go and subscribe, go and like. Big up, bro. Stay blessed, man. Speak to you soon.
Big up you too, each and every time.
Come on. Got to hear from Base, bro.
Cool.
Got to hear from Base, man. Base, what's going on? You can't hear you.
Can you hear me now? Yeah.
Yeah.
Here we go.
It's not your birthday or nothing, is it?
No. But when you're at a job, yeah,
Yeah.
and people want to get you out of the job, but they can't just fire you because it's going to cost too much money, or they can't get away because you're too good at what you do. So they do all kinds of mad little things to try and make you feel like, all right, I have to resign, I have to leave. Them way there. Is that what's happening in this situation?
You talking about?
Well, I mean, there's at this point, there's like a big itemized list of egregious actions that's been taken by you, man, against me, and I'm feeling victimized. I'm feeling like, where's Ade?
Interesting.
Wait,
where's Ade? Where's Wale? Where's Neats? Where's anyone who can adjudicate the situation?
I like where this is going, and I think, not saying your first theory could be right. I'm just saying, how do you think this is going?
I mean, I just feel as if
you know you go to
HR. That's HR boxing. What you just did.
I mean, I feel we need to get HR involved. Look, of all the egregious actions we've had over the last couple of months here, are you man gonna steal the title of my video from 2 years ago and not even give me no credit for it?
Base, if you think
Eggs Benedict, that is my title.
If you think we remembered that was from 2 years ago and brought that to this pod, bro,
swear down.
That's an unsubstantiated claim.
Is it unsubstantiated? All right, hold on.
I'm willing to fight that.
Right, look at the chat. Look at the chat. Look at the chat and look at that comment right there. Highlight that comment.
I don't need to click the link.
Wait, so you're telling me right now, yeah? I'm not even splitting the team right now. Who came up with Ed Benedict again? Was it you?
Someone commented that on my video that I did.
That's how it happened.
Yeah, someone commented that on the video I did.
So, all right.
So I repurposed.
You won't steal jokes.
No, bro.
As a comedian, that's not what you're gonna do.
No,
and I'm standing. Bro. I'm with you now.
Cool
in this thing. Yeah.
Cool.
So you're saying that
I thought it was perfect. I hit heart on the comment. I said, "Yo, good stuff there. Run it."
But then Base is now coming with the claim of 2 years ago. You was on his page.
He said that I went to his page 2 years ago
and found
this title, this clip for this moment right here.
This is mad. We're in a bit of a bind. What's going on?
Well, what I'm gonna do?
I'll tell you what I'm gonna
do. I'm gonna message the guy on Instagram
and see if he follows Base
and find his comment.
No, let's do some work.
If it follows,
see if he follows Base.
Cool. We'll do. We'll update this on the pod.
So right now, as a company, as a company, we're very serious about this allegation that's been raised. We can
questions will be asked.
Questions are going to be asked, and I can tell you, we will be thorough
with this investigation.
And again,
I will do everything in my power to make sure that we get to the bottom.
And I do also want to say this is now on file, and we're very serious about it. Like everything that goes on file at most companies.
That's absolutely
100% going to be.
All right, thank you.
Are you satisfied with the outcome of this meeting?
I'll be satisfied when the outcome is reached.
Please fill out the survey I'm going to send you shortly about how this was handled, so we can press on.
We'll use that for hold on.
Yeah, what topics you guys want to talk about?
I don't think you've handled that right.
Please give us 3 to 6 months to undergo this investigation.
We handled that right too.
Terrible stuff there.
Handled that right. All
Nonsense.
right, let's get into topics. Cool. All right, Javonta, where you at with it?
You guys should know where I'm at with it. I've been telling you, man, for time he's not who you think he is. I've told you, man, about all PBC brothers from day dot. When they come out the bubble, they look different.
Yes, agree to that. But have you got different people beating him now after seeing what you saw against Roach? And did you call that fight? Because obviously your predictions have been on point. Did you predict this one?
In my predictions league, I didn't do a video for this one, but in my predictions league, I predicted Tank. I said unanimous decision. I knew the fight would go the distance. Knowing their history, seeing that footage that they put out of them two sparring, you kind of can tell that Roach isn't really worried about him like that. It's one of them ones. So I thought that he would get the decision because obviously he's Tank, but it would go the distance. It's one of them ones where even if Roach won, he would get, Tank would get it. So the fact that it even became a majority decision draw was very surprising to me. But you know what they say, when the away side gets a draw, that usually means they won. So that was my thoughts on it. And in terms of who do I have beating him, the same people I had before. I had Shakur beating him before. When he was at the weight, I had Devin Haney beating him.
Do you still feel that way? Even because what Devin's gone through with Garcia, do you still feel that, yes, Garcia was on the juice? Do you still feel that way?
Yeah, but they're different fighters. Like, in the end of the day, Garcia tries to ambush you. Like, he sort of ambushes between rounds. And whereas, obviously, Devin wasn't checking for the different reach that he has. Whereas, Tank doesn't have that same height and reach advantage. And he's waiting to counter you. Whereas Devin's very economic when he wants to be. So you keep him behind that jab 1-2. It's hard for him to get inside. So that was always my thought process on him beating him. Like, Shakur, obviously, just different level. Yeah, he hasn't really got the power, but he knows how to stay safe. And he's studied all of them shots. He's been in the gym with him for God knows how long. But don't forget, all of these men sparred in the past. Remember they did that doghouse sparring and Devin outlasted Tank in the spot. So while I'm not saying it's definite he's gonna beat, like, I always had him to beat him. I had a Shakur. I've definitely got Keyshawn beating him. I would put good odds on I've got odds. I'd put odds on in about a year from now, Abdullah Mason being able to beat him, and Andy Cruz as well. So there's just a bunch of people.
You don't rate this man at all. Like,
I didn't say I don't rate him at all. There's a lot of people he can beat, but let's look. Don't forget, look at the lot of the weekend. Remember, as you man said earlier, if it's not the knockout, he's losing on points because he's so economical and low output. These men will just outwork him and be able to stay safe.
And I think his size is going to start to be a problem. As the skill level gets higher, him being that small for the weight is like, you might be contained. Do you know what I'm saying? If somebody comes in and they are locked in, like Shakur Stevenson doesn't really make that many mistakes. If he comes in with the right game plan and gets a good read, it could just be a shutout.
Do we think we're going to see him in there with Roach again, in your eyes?
Initially, he said, he was going to kind of do it a couple down the line. But I think maybe at this point in time, the demand might be too much. And based on how things are at PBC at the moment, they need a guaranteed banker. And that rematch will actually be a guaranteed banker for their money-wise compared to what they've been putting out recent. So they might push for it.
I don't know if they want to see that guy not win though. That's a risk.
Yeah, but you got to remember, he said he's retiring, innit? So at this point, you got to get all the money you can. If that means that he's got to get cash out now, you got to get cash out now.
It's okay. Fair enough. Let's move on. We haven't spoken about it yet, but Donovan, what's your quick thoughts on that fight and the disqualification?
The disqualification was 100% justified. The head. Look, he wasn't the only person leading with his head. I'll agree with that. But the difference is one guy is just got his chin tucked, head down, forward in straight lines. The other guy's doing pendulums underneath, like pushing his head to try and split guards, dipping down into it, pushing off. There's a lot going on there. So from you've been warned multiple times, get 2 points taken off. Then you clap man in his temple a whole second and a half after the third bell,
nasty.
which is about 3 seconds after the first bell came in. 3 seconds after you hit him, and then you're getting upset because you get DQ'd. It was a deserved DQ, which is mad because he was beating the brakes off, man.
Yeah, he's about to win.
Yeah. That's he threw it down the drain himself. It's very similar to, not obviously of the same level of egregiousness, but when Roy Jones ended up losing his undefeated streak by getting DQ'd, hitting man as he was on his knee. But that was a split second reaction. This one, you had time to wind that shot up, bang, and then walk off like he was getting back to your corner. So I don't have no sympathy
that brother was
for
getting
him.
ready to quit, fam. That I was giving him issues. It was about to be over.
Yeah, all you had to do, back off a couple seconds. I guarantee they would have pulled him out in the corner at the end of that round, or you would have taken him out the following round. And then everyone sort of moaning, "Oh, Marcus McDonald took the points off, but he didn't say nothing to Crocker." Well, he did warn Crocker several times, but ultimately, you're gonna moan about him taking points off because they're both going in with the heads. But yet, man didn't say nothing about their Muay Thai elbows that was coming in, splitting man's eye with that either.
The way Crocker was throwing those right hooks, right hook, left hook, he was done. You know when a man's on absolute death row, like he's about to go.
Wait, hold on. Since we're talking about dodgy refereeing decisions, because yes, we spoke about Gervonta, but then the ref in that fight and the conversation that he has with Gervonta, just quickly getting back. What's your thoughts on that?
Well, in the moment that it happened, it was a very bad error. Yes, there are instances where if you're not put on your knee, or you're not dropped by an actual punch or a punch that lands sufficiently, there are instances where you can motion to the ref that you need assistance for something, whether it's but usually it's resulted in, if it's a foreign object has got in your eye or something like that, or it's you've got a wardrobe malfunction and it needs to be taken care of. But you're supposed to motion to the ref with your hand first, call to him, then take the knee, and then it's up to him to decide whether or not it's valid enough for you to not get docked the point. The way that Gervonta did it, the fact that obviously 3 punches landed before then, yes, the last 2 were like grazing punches, but they still landed. You could say that it was one of those punches that messed up his eye that caused him to take the knee. Therefore, he should have been counted. He should have been docked the point. But the one thing I won't say is when people say, "Oh, well, if you'd have taken that point off, then like Roach would have won." That's the only thing where you can't really go back in history for that, because remember that was the 9th round. There were still 3 other rounds to go. 4 other rounds to go.
No, you can go back for that, bro, because that's a significant moment in the fight.
No. My point being, because that was the 9th, but there was still 10, 11, 12. So there's no telling that if Gervonta got that point taken off, he would have maybe tried to step on the gas and maybe even got the victory or got a knockdown of his own.
How would he know either way? How would he know either way? Because it's not about a point being taken off. It's a case of you expect a knee to result in a 10-8 round.
Yeah, but that's my point, because if he's instantly gets a 10-8 round, in his mind, the first thing you're going to be thinking is, I ain't taking him out yet. Okay, I need to take him out. So I'm saying it's a mindset shift in him. So we can't guarantee that the fight still would have played out the way it played out.
No, but what I'm saying is the mindset shift should have happened the way it played out, because he doesn't know that he hasn't got a 10-8 round as a result of that.
No, he does, because the ref said to him.
No, the referee said. Well, just
the ref said normally. He said normally that would be considered a knockdown. He said he said you got to be careful because normally that look like a knockdown.
No, I hear that. But
Tank says to him in the fight, he says, "You know, you're not winning this fight."
No. But I hear what you're saying. But I'm saying we don't know that Tank has complete confirmation off the back of that interaction that that's not a 10-8 round.
But he does, because if it was a 10-8 round, the ref would have had to grab him, because remember they stopped the count at that point. So the ref would have had to grab him and go to all of the judges to say 1 point for the knee. He would have had to do that.
No, because you're talking about point deduction. I'm talking about you taking a knee. It's a 10-8 round. Boxers know that that's a 10-8 round.
No, but that's my. But it's not a 10-8 round unless the referee says it's a 10-8 round. How many times has a boxer gone down with someone leaning on them and the ref just says get up? And even if you take the knee, then remember that doesn't automatically mean it's a 10-8. It depends on who wins the rest of the round. It could be a 10-9. It could even end up being a 10-10 at the end of it, depending on how it plays out. So it's not an automatic 10-8. That's my point. So, but if he had have been given that point, he might have thought initial 10-8. Okay, now I have to try something different. I have to get him out of here. And then the other rounds may have played different. So that was my point.
Akuya says if it was a 10-8 and Tank tried to take him out, he could have got knocked down himself. Same as Chisora versus White. So he's saying that it could have. We can't really say it's gonna. Again, we'll never know.
But that's why they can't just deduct the point now, because obviously that is what influenced the fight and how it played out afterwards. But because they're talking about trying to do retrospective action, which they can't really do in this point. The best they can do is order an immediate rematch.
Fair enough. We keep it moving. Final thought. Let's talk about Conor versus Eubank a little bit.
Yeah,
we're hearing about the teams that are getting with. I'll read the super chat after. Thank you for the super chat, by the way. We'll get to that. We're hearing about the backroom staff, like who Eubank's got with him and who Conor's got with him. Where's it going to be most effective? Do you think that plays a big difference in this fight?
I think in terms of like your comfort levels and sort of having trust in who's around you, I think it definitely leans more in Conor's favor. Like he's with obviously Tony Sims, who he's been with since the start of his journey, who he's known since he's a child. His dad's there, who he knows unequivocally has got his best interests at heart, and that will never be in question. Eddie, even if he doesn't 100% believe in Eddie as such, he knows that while he is basically like the second cash cow almost, or that high profile, Eddie's going to be fighting his corner. Whereas the other side,
Eddie's locked in as well. On that,
he's more locked in specifically because he doesn't really like Eubank and how he moves, rather than necessarily whether it's Ben. But that works in Ben's favor. But then obviously on Eubank's side, like he's just got this relationship with Ben Shalom, but he's made it quite clear that he doesn't trust or like any promoters at all. He obviously tried to little boy Ben in the press conference, as well as Eddie as well, and stuff. Ronnie Davis, it's almost like he looks at Ronnie Davis with that secondhand disgust because he's his dad's friend, and him and the dad ain't too, in good spirits at the moment. And then Jonathan Banks is just there for a paycheck. So
I think he's always been reckless with Ronnie. He's always been that's their dynamic.
He doesn't listen to me.
I do what I want. And then
Ronnie's always I think now it's even more so.
He's just like his dad, and he just lets it run because he's like, well, that's
a familiar thing for him, though. I think it's familiar for Eubank. He just feels this is normal. So
how many times we used to see Chris Eubank Senior in between rounds just stand there and pose and stare at the other corner and just be in the ring, and Ronnie's like, come back, going mad, talking about come back and sit down. And he's just there posing. Their brother was not listening. Same, just that's all he's doing. Same thing.
I love that.
I mean, maybe it seems a little bit different, or maybe it is totally the same. But my point is, like, it just seems a lot more disjointed on that side. So, whereas Conor might be able to get a bit more out of himself because he feels like he's got a community he's doing it for. Maybe when it comes to those extra percentiles, Eubank may not have that, because when he looks back in his corner, like, who's there really for him? If you look at it from that mindset.
As if they're getting to deep waters, though. But I don't know. I don't know if Conor can take him into deep waters. There's nothing to tell me that just yet. Is that fair to say?
I just didn't like seeing Jonathan Banks be so quiet and just not really involved. Like, when it looks like someone's not emotionally invested. It's like I'm sitting there with someone I don't know like that, and he's in a mad beef, and it's like I'm sitting there, and it's just like, hey, you man do your thing.
Funny, like
you man do your thing in it. It's like, yeah, you ready to train? Let me know. I'll be there. Like he's not engaged.
That could be a problem as well, actually. That's something that we might be overlooking.
Because if a madness happens in between rounds and it goes off, is Jonathan Banks' knee-jerk reaction to go in there and back his boy, or is it just like, I suppose I better get up?
Does he need to understand? Does Jonathan need to understand the history between these fighters?
Of course, he must
have probably knows enough of it, but he's not emotionally connected to it. So
that's the thing.
All right, I haven't thought about that. If that's a different side to think about, but I just think that Chris Eubank Jr.'s skills will be something that just shows it might outdo what Conor's coming to do there.
I wish he stayed with Bomac, to be honest.
Yeah, he's never gonna stay with anyone for that long. Final thought though.
just before. Oh, have you got something else?
No, that was it. That's
okay. No, just before I go, like obviously, all jokes aside with all the HR stuff, like I still want the outcome, but I just want to say that for both of you, man. Look, no, for both you guys, on a serious note, like KG, first off, like the weight loss journey is it's a proper good thing to witness. It's an inspiration to people that obviously, to show that you can turn your life around, get back in health and all that good stuff. So keep repping, keep riding. And there's a lot of love from myself to you, Travis, all of the good stuff you're doing behind the scenes, man. EastEnders, Big Look, like Rum Punch, all of that. Like, we're going to be Supercell Part 2 and all that good stuff. I just want to say, look, I'm really love and admire you guys. I'm proud of you on what you're doing. Keep it up, yeah?
Come on, man.
That's love,
our
bro.
Brother.
Come on,
that's
man.
our brother.
Come on.
Bro, give him back his title, man. What the fuck, man? What do you mean you sold his title, bro? Now I feel bad.
I'm gonna change it. I'll change it.
No, you can't change it.
I'll put you know what I'll do? I'll put a dash after Ben. So that way it's ex Ben dash edicts. Changes the whole thing.
No, on a serious note, no, I keep saying this everywhere though, because I've lost. You know what? I went on that blood pressure machine, or they done all the tests. Yeah, tried to say I was pre-diabetic, bro.
Is it
pre-diabetic? I had no idea.
Is that what triggered the?
Yeah.
Got you.
I said, I was in the gym. I said, nah, this month. And again, in our culture, we just be doing a madness. Yeah. We doing a madness. So
diet and that.
Yeah, diet and all that. So just the fizzy trick. Oh, basically everything had to change because you know my
100%, bro.
You know my family situation.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was like, I gotta take it serious. But yeah, man, big up everybody. And I hope you lot listen.
You know what's magic? I looked at one of our old pods. That's what made me realize how much weight you'd lost. I looked at one of the old pods and I was like, bro, this guy he lost bare weight.
It was me. Yeah. Bro, no, I saw a picture of me and I said, that's not me. That's what that. Yeah. So and I can go Zara now, bro.
I hear it.
I can go Zara and not have to just get a scarf. Or when I go in Zara, they think I'm there for Secret Santa, bro. Do you know how mad that is, bro?
Secret Santa is hilarious, bro.
I'm in Zara, they're like, yes.
Yo, clarify to the community. They think that you're diabetic, so you're saying that's what started your journey.
That was what started my journey.
Yeah,
I was so you do the things that say this, you're pre-diabetic.
Continue the way it is.
You have to. Yeah, I had that like a full that.
And obviously you've turned it around.
I turned it around.
Bam. Yeah.
So again, man, people take your health seriously. Just let's read the super as well. I'm gonna let you read that though. There you go.
Matt, what was that? Grind SDQ. He goes, we have to look at Tank. We have to look at why Tank has these crazy rehydration clauses. Why he won't move up. All the smoke is at 140. Did Steve Willis save his 0? And Shakur without the hand injuries, is he giving Tank problems? Brother, it's mad because now we're looking at the record and there's questions. There's big questions, bro, because it's like, okay, what does it look like against you and Devin Haney? Like, I hear what Devin Haney looked like in the last fight, but Devin Haney can box.
Yes.
Do you know what I'm saying? So what does that look like? Then you got Teofimo Lopez at 140. Then you got, bro, there's a lot of guys out there that are serious, bro. And Keyshawn, bro, that's the one that's
the one you're excited about,
brother, his energy, bro. I'm here for it.
What we're going to do is I'm going to bring in these 3, actually, and then let's have a conversation for the last 10.
Cool.
There you go. Boom. But let's 1 second. I'm gonna try and sort it. What's going on? Welcome to the show.
What's going on, guys?
Alexander,
thanks for having me on, guys.
Fight Sport Talk. What's happening, guys?
Not much, man. Not much. I wasn't even gonna call in. I've been a bit sick, but then I saw the link again. And I said, "Yeah, let me jump."
Yeah, you might as well. Listen, we're all here. I want to talk to you guys because you guys could almost give us the discourse in this Conor versus Eubank thing. Who's winning that one for you? Like, just the straight answers, then we can get into why. Has anyone got Eubank winning that one?
I got Eubank Jr.
I got that too, but I'm not sure. I'm not certain. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, what Trav was saying is right. Like, you can get to him.
Fight Sport?
Well, at the moment, I would go with Eubank because of the size. But to be honest, this isn't actually a fight I'm that interested in because it's a bit of a forced. Because it's a forced super fight between 2 names pulled up from different divisions. So it's not really the fight I'm interested in, to be honest.
Has it not captured your attention? Because
wait, hold on. Let me ask. Where are you based right now?
New Zealand. the country that nobody knows about. People keep thinking I'm Australian or I'm from the UK, and I'm used to it. Yeah.
So the history of the Ben and Eubank rivalry, does that have a deep resonate? Like, does that resonate with you?
Well, I know about it because I've been a boxing fan for over like 15 years, so I know about it. It's just this the dads, they fought each other because they were in the same weight division. When this fight was first made, I mean, I saw it as Eddie Hearn just trying to. He was so desperate because he had no other big fights to make, and then the weight. There was the weight issue, the fact that Chris Senior didn't even want the fight. At a catch weight, and then the drug problem, and now they're making it again. And don't get me wrong, the bad blood is entertaining.
Because I didn't stoke the flames, because I don't believe it's about their parents anymore.
Yeah, same.
That's the point of the matter. I don't think this is about the parents. I think this is something different now.
It is. But the thing is, it's just the fight is still kind of weird to me. But because Eubank Senior has always managed his own career, and he hasn't fought the best guys. This and Conor Benn, I mean, I don't think the guy's going to go anywhere. And frankly, I'm tired of even thinking he's going to be a world champion. The fight does kind of actually make sense because you've got two guys who hate each other, and they're not going to, or at least it's unlikely they'll be fighting for world titles. Like Eubank Senior, we thought he avoided the best middleweights, and it's one of those things which I can take it for what it is. It's just not the kind of fight that I'm super intrigued in for.
All right, well, I think that's a fair enough. Alexander, what are you saying?
Fight Sport. Let me tell you something real quick. If Mario Barrios can become a world champion, so can Conor Benn.
I disagree.
Wait, but do you believe that Conor Benn could honestly become a champion? You're not being facetious or taking a piss, are you?
No, at 147, I think he could be a world champion because he's a bigger puncher at 147 than he ever has been at junior middle.
Fair point. But I mean, again, I disagree because I don't, and I don't proclaim to be some expert. I'm just talking about what I see. I don't think Conor Benn's got much fighting heart, to be honest, because he's okay since the VADA testing, whether it's PEDs or not, or eggs, as Eubank put it, he hasn't looked very good. And this is against hand-picked opposition. So, and his attitude with the whole testing thing, again, I've got similar questions about Shakur Stevenson, whether he's got the fighting heart to go when the going gets tough. I'm not questioning. Let me just make this clear. I've said on multiple shows, I'm not questioning Shakur Stevenson's heart. I've just got some questions, like I do with any other fighters. And there are American channels who know him much better than I do, who have said similar things. So, but these are just speculations you have with top fighters. That's all.
Okay.
Let's move on the conversation, and stop me if you guys want to jump in at any moment. We're talking Gervonta and what's happened. Where are you guys with it? Do you feel like there's gonna be a duck? There's gonna be a I'm not fighting him, like
fraud. He's a fraud.
He's a fraud.
Yeah, a bit. I can't lie, a little bit.
Fraud's a strong word, you know.
Do you know what it is? Yeah, I rate boxers so highly. Like, they're the sportsmen that I rate the most. Like, more than footballers. Like, what they have to go through physically is nuts. Like, I rate them so highly. And he just does so much civilian shit, basically. Like, when you got, like, did you hear what he said to Little Yachty? He was like, "Oh, you won't fight Devin Haney because Turkey is his guy." Like, we haven't even seen Haney around, man, like that. We haven't even seen it. Like, Haney's basically begging it, bro. And like, you're basically the guy that's supposed to knock man out. And you're like, "Oh, he's this guy, so I have to get the knockout." It's like, all the fans are guaranteeing that you would knock out Haney. You're not sure, right, bro. Do you get what I'm saying? And like, what else? And then he's like, making people like endure Ramadan to fight him, basically. Like, because like the heart, like, when you got a man like Usyk, Fury is Turkey's guy. Usyk said, "No problem, I'll beat him so much that you can't take it away from me, bro." Gave up 50 pounds. Gave up 50 pounds. My man won't give up anything. In fact, he wants to shrink people. Like, and then you see a man like Keyshawn, when Lemos was 7 pounds overweight, he said, no problem, got him the hell out of it. So you're watching other people, and then you're seeing this guy, like, all right, it's very obvious what's happening. We've seen it loads of times with loads of PBC guys. People just like this guy so much, they don't want to accept it, bro. They take him like a rapper, not a boxer, in my opinion.
Alexander, what are you telling me? What are you saying?
I'm saying that, damn it, America, we can't have any nice boxers going on right now. Like, everyone we have is just going down in flames. Wilder was our guy for years, and he went down in flames when he fought elite competition. Now we have the mini version of Wilder who just has better fight IQ. And it's such a shame because when you have guys who are as talented as Tank, because you can't deny that he has skills. He just does not apply himself in the fight unless he's down on the cards. Because when Floyd told him in that one fight, hey, you're down on the cards, my friend, he went out there and he put a beating on that dude and stopped Barrios. So, you know what I'm saying? It's just rough watching good, talented guys in America just be like, nah, I'm going to do my own thing. We got nothing here. It was disappointing. He needs to rematch Roach and set this right. If he doesn't do that, he's not going to escape the stain on his name. What's up?
No, does the American community like some of the boxing fans? Because I feel Tank's got his own set of fans that are different,
cult fan base,
like a serious fan base.
Yeah.
Do they care?
Can I add one thing? Go ahead. Because paying attention to what he's like. I watched the interview a little bit, and then I watched the I watched his interview with Andre Ward, and he asked what his worst nightmare is, and he said being embarrassed. He doesn't want to be embarrassed in front of loads of people. It's like, oh,
who's that? Who said that?
Tank.
Tank.
Ooh.
That's interesting.
That's very
really
interesting.
obvious. It's so obvious, guys. He doesn't even know that he's baiting it up. But
if Keyshawn gets in there with him, he's gonna put him through a mad situation, you know, because he's locked in, bro. He's like, it's gonna sound like a recent statement, in it, but he's got like Kendrick energy as a fighter, bro.
Yeah, he's different. Tank likes to bully his opponents. He's not going to be able to get that off on Keyshawn. It's really peak. He'd
have to really
hear me out now. And I'll ask Fire Sport Talk on this one.
Yeah,
he got some kind of Fury-isms about him. You know how Fury manages the presser in the beginning, and he gets into the mind of the fighter, makes them feel weak, cusses out their team. He's in a driving seat the whole time. But then again, Fury kind of made sure he was never truly uncomfortable onto Usyk.
Well, KG, Fury took all that stuff from Floyd Mayweather, and who has Tank learned from the majority of his career? Floyd Mayweather. So go ahead, Fight Sport.
You're talking about Tank, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's hard to say because even though I'm from New Zealand, I've followed Tyson Fury since he was a British champion, and he's a guy who did take on certain risks throughout his career, and I know this is going to piss off a lot of fans, but I can't lie, he may have the most stacked resume when it comes to ducking top competition for years. So, and one of the things, I know, people hate it when I say that, but he ducked. There were plenty of fights he ducked since he was British champion. So, to an extent,
we don't have no issues.
Nobody hates that on this channel.
On this channel, you're safe to say we have no issues.
I'm talking about the fans. There's every show I've been going on a lot of shows lately, and there's always people in the comments who feel I'm.
Oh, no one feels that like that here.
Anyway, to answer your question, one of the reasons why I feel Tyson Fury was successful for so long is because he picked competition that not only he could beat stylistically, but also intimidate in the press conferences. Like Wilder was always a puncher, but he was also very emotionally unstable. So I think Fury looked at that and thought, even if I'm not at my best, I can rattle this guy. And Vladimir Klitschko was always incredibly psychologically weak for a dominant champion. I mean, it was crazy. This guy's mental limitations were just ridiculous. He knew from very early on he couldn't intimidate Alexander Usyk, which is why he ducked for so long. So in terms of Tank Davis, he's had a very similar path where he's had things gifted to him.
Yeah.
In terms of, to answer your question, I don't I don't know if Tank actually tries to intimidate his opponents. I think Tank just does whatever
he wants.
is on his mind, and because he's against hand-picked opposition, who his team have been picking for him, like from Ellaby to Heyman to Tom Brown to all these guys at PBC. So I think he's just been used to that. So because I've asked so many questions.
Let me ask you one final question, because I'm aware of the time. We got to get out of here. So I just want a one-word answer for this one. If there's a rematch, who's winning it? I'll start with Alexander. Rematch, who's winning it?
I would say Tank Davis, because we're going to be out of Ramadan by the time the rematch happens, and I think he'll be better prepared to fight his Maryland brethren. God damn, I can't speak English today.
Yeah, big up, man. No problems. Thank you so much, bro. What are you telling me? Who's winning this one? Fight Sport.
I'm gonna go with Lamont Roach, and just what he said about Ramadan being over. Nobody takes Tank Davis seriously as a Muslim. I mean, the guy drinks alcohol like crazy. So Lamont Roach, I believe he'll be prepared enough, and he'll know what to expect. And I mean, he wasn't intimidated by Tank's powers, so I don't know why things would change the second time around.
All right, big up. Thank you so much, man. Good call. Hey, good.
Yeah, for real
as well.
Yeah, that's cool.
Vamp, what are you saying? He's winning it.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I didn't even know I was muted. Roach, man, Roach. He stayed in the pocket, firmed all this shit. There was like a moment where every time Roach got landed on clean, he just stood still and looked at him. I was like, raw, you can kind of take his power. It was similar to Bevo, but to me. So yeah, Roach has got that for me. All
right, man. Listen, big up. You lot, thank you for watching. We got the pod dropping this week.
Yep.
Patreon. What day does it drop?
Thursday.
It drops on Thursday, so you know what to do. Go and listen to our pod. Available on Patreon. We're there now, like proper. Absolutely. And there's so much to get into. Talking Dubois as well. Did Dubois duck Parker, bro? There's conversation. There's a lot to get into. It's
conversation, bro. It's looking mad.
I know. What I'm saying, we'll take it to Patreon. Anyway, you lot, thank you for watching. Stay blessed. Wait, we got a super chat. Hold on, the final super chat. You read that one?
Ben's power has only looked suspect in his last 2 fights, as he's against 154 opposition. He holds power at 147.
All right, listen.
We'll see.
Thank you so much, man.
Patreon link is in the bio, guys. Click the link, join the channel. Let's keep going.
Peace. We're out.
Let's do another.
Yo, people, thanks for watching the Undefeated podcast. Make sure you
like, subscribe, share, leave a comment, and all that good stuff, man. This is the place to be.